pig, sweet, sweet pig, sweet.
Howdy. Now, honey, do the dishes and I'll feed the old sow. Also the chickens and our wonderly cow. Take down your curlers and then powder your nose. Well, Big Time at Jones's place will wear your best clothes. There'll be no evening gowns, not even a tuck. They'll come in wagons, buggies, and pickup trucks. I will do that square dance under kerosene lights. We'll wear our glad rags tonight, sweet tater. We'll wear our glad rags tonight. Hey! Dorothy calling. Charlie, madam. Hank Williams, Randolph. There you go. Oh, buddy, Ralph. Very good. You ready? Ready. No, I'd like to change. What are you doing, Burr? 1, 2, 3, go! You do the dishes and I'll feed the old cow. Also the chickens and our wonderly cow. Take down your curlers and powder your cake. Now it's the time to wear your satin and lace. So there'll be no evening gown, not even a tuck. They'll come in wagons, buggies, and pickup trucks. We'll do the square dance under bright lights. We'll wear our glad rags. They're not so sad rags. We'll wear our glad rags tonight. Well, I ain't got nobody. Nobody cares for me. It's an I'm so sad and lonely. I want somebody come and take a chance with me. Well, I'm gonna sing you love song, honey, all of the time. If you will only be my little clinging vine. I ain't got nobody, and nobody cares for me. Yeah, I ain't got nobody, and nobody cares for me. I'm so sad and lonely. I want somebody this evening, and may we say a welcome to you folks there at home and to you folks who've come and joined us in our studio audience here on 66th Street. That gunman's the good arrangement, Peter. You're a dandy. Yes, sir. Well, he does as good as a boy with normal intelligence. I'll swear he does. Hey, something I want to take care of before we get any farther. The two boys that you saw on the opening of our show were two boys who have honestly been national corn husking champions. They're from Iowa. They came all the way in from Iowa to be with us on our show. And this is quite a thing that they do. Gents, would you come on over? This is Elmer Carlson. Elmer. Now, they use things to do it with, hooks, right?
I'm just going to give you one, so you
no, I tried to heck with it. I'm so dead good at this, man.
Oh, you are?
Yeah, Lordy, yes. Now, go ahead and do yours. And now, they give you green corn. I'll explain that in a minute, too. See there? Now, how quick they did that? Watch. You ready? You ready?
Ready. Oh, that was real champion. Real champion.
Thank you. All you need there, friends, is a great deal of skill. That's all right. You can go ahead this way. It's all right. We'll play Ring Around the Rosie there. You need a little skill and a whole lot of trickery for that one. There you go. I want to tell you something funny. Our associate producer is a born and bred New Yorker, Tom Good Irishman Egan. We needed corn to husk if we're going to have corn husking. Everybody knows you use dry corn to husk, but Tom. We got 30 cases of roasted ears from the Florida sweet corn industry, and we're going to have the dangest corn roast after this you've ever seen in your whole barn put together. But I'll tell you, the Florida sweet corn people, if you're wondering what's happening to it, they gave it to us. We're giving it to a charity, so your corn will be well used. If I had to pick my favorite songwriter, I think I would have to say Hank Williams. He wrote with a lot of heart. He was a fine performer. We are delighted to have his son with us, and we'd like you to give a nice, warm welcome to Mr. Hank Williams, Jr. Here he is. Yeah, good boy. That gum, I wish I'd have brought my sunglasses. That's the brightest thing I've... That's very handsome.
You like that?
What's that, what's the material?
That's called LeMay.
LeMay. Well, why not? Good to have you with us.
Nice to be here. Nice to be here.
I want to tell you something. I stand 6'3", and possibly with the boots, maybe 3.5. Could be 4. I don't know for sure. This boy is 14 years old. And a good-looking Dickens, ain't it? Tell you, nobody's got the right to be that young, you know it? It's a genuine pleasure to have you here. I mean, that's one of the songs that your daddy wrote.
Mm-hmm.
And a little later on in the country medley, we're going to do another one.
Hey, good looking.
Hey, good looking. How about good? Anyhow, we'll see you in a little bit.
Okay.
All right?
Bye-bye.
Gentlemen, thank you. Hank Williams Jr. He got one heck of a lot of poise and know-how for a 14-year-old kid. And besides that, he's a darn fine young'un, I'll say that.
She'll be coming round the mountain when she comes. She'll be coming round the mountain when she comes. She'll be coming. Oh, boy. Look what I did to Jimmy's guitar.
Hey, Ralph.
And he's coming around the mountain. Here's where I get more lumps than the Sonny Liston.
Who did this?
Termites. What time's the next bus out of town?
Ralph, come back. Wait. Come here. Who broke the guitar, Ralph?
Well, Jimmy, I cannot tell a lie.
That's good.
It was Dorothy Collins.
Ralph,
She just picked it up and she just broke it.
Ralph,
Just crumbled
you're
right there.
telling me the biggest lie I ever heard. Now, would George Washington do a thing like that?
How did Washington get into this? I never heard him play guitar.
Come on. I mean, now, wait a minute. Now, George Washington never told a lie, and he became president.
You mean he won an election without ever telling a lie? Boy, times have changed.
Listen, what I'm trying to tell you is that when George Washington was a little boy, he took a hatchet and he went out in his daddy's cherry orchard and cut down a cherry tree. And when his daddy said, "Who cut down the cherry tree?" what do you think he said?
Termites? Hank Williams Jr.?
Ralph, he said, "I cannot tell a lie, Father. I chopped down the cherry tree," and his father forgave him.
Well, who wouldn't forgive him? Kid was standing there with an axe in his hand.
Wait a minute. Now, do you realize that you're talking about the father of our country?
Yeah. I saw a picture of him in a history book one time. He's got lace cuffs and silk stockings and a powdered wig. You sure he wasn't the mother of our country?
You can stop being so cute if you want to. You could learn a whole lot and take a lesson from George Washington's story if you just listen.
Okay. I'm all ears.
You want to hear the story?
Yeah.
All right.
Tell me the story.
Well, in the first place, he was a very strong man, you know. He threw a silver dollar all the way across the Potomac.
Well, a dollar went a lot further in them days.
Well,
You know.
then came 1776, and George Washington fought Cornwallis, Prescott, Gage, and Burgoyne.
Boy, that guy couldn't get along with anybody. Probably because of them sissy clothes he was wearing.
Ralph!
I'm all ears.
Now, wait. And then came that terrible winter at Valley Forge.
Oh, yeah.
It was awful.
Oh.
Blizzards, howling winds, temperatures 30 below zero.
Oh. Nice place he picked to spend the winter. Why didn't they go down to Miami?
Ralph, there was no Miami in those days.
How dare you? There was always a Miami. Come on down. The weather's great. Plenty of room. Plenty of sunshine. Come on down.
Now, wait a minute. That gummit, wait. Now, I didn't mean that there was no Miami. I mean, the beach was there, but there were no hotels.
No hotels?
No.
Where did you get into your bathing suit? Everybody was in the pool without bathing suits? Now I know what they mean by the good old days.
Ralph, look, let's get back to Washington, all right?
Not me. I'm having too much fun in Miami. Last one in the pool's a rotten egg.
Ralph. Now,
All ears.
we're going on. All right. Washington fought many battles, but he had a lot of troubles, too. There were times when he had no soap, no water, and poor George couldn't get his washing done. Get it, George? Washing done? Kind of good there.
The man has no shame.
I'm sorry. But finally, he won the battle, and that's when he made his famous farewell speech to his troops.
I remember what he said.
What?
Bye.
Later, George Washington became the President of the United States. And do you know why that happened?
Why did that happen?
Because he never told a lie. And all that you say or do,
Yeah.
Ralph, remember,
I'll remember.
it's a sin
Yeah.
to tell a lie.
Jimmy, I'd never do that.
Though life may appear. Quit that. Always tell the truth, like Georgie.
Now I'm wise. No more lies. Believe me.
You got
Jimmy, here's the reason why.
That's what you got in mind.
I'll be like Washington, and for president I'll run. It's a sin to tell a lie. Honest, Jimmy, I've learned my lesson.
You have?
Yep.
Good. Now then, who broke my guitar?
George Washington.
Ralph?
Oh, I was only kidding, Jimmy. I broke the guitar.
There.
How am I doing, Georgie?
It's a sin
To tell a great big lie.
As Martha Washington said, the first time her husband kissed her,
George.
it's a sin to tell a lie. I know that you're a good boy. And now that you've learned your lesson, would you do me a little favor?
Sure. What you have in mind?
We got another set coming here, and if you don't mind, I'd appreciate it if you'd push the bench out as you go. All right?
Sure. I'll be glad
Okay.
to. Here we go.
All right. It's always a very pleasant chore to introduce a lovely lady, and we have one, but I'm going to get kind of a little better vantage point. If you'd like to join me up here and hail off. All right, now swing the trapeze in, friends, in here. I'm up here to introduce I don't know why. Do you know this is the one thing, Bill, I haven't figured out why I had to crawl up here to introduce a lovely lady? Don't make a bit of sense in the world. That's television, friends. They say we spend $40,000 on sets. You use them, country boy. You hear? So we're using them. Here's a lovely person we've had a lot of fun with this week, a very talented gal that I've worked with on numerous occasions. Would you give a nice, warm welcome to a very warm person, Dorothy Collins. Here she is.
Brothers, sisters, children. Say, if there's anybody in this here room who thinks that we should have more laughing and singing and general heel and a little less gloom and doom, sing amen. Amen. And you women, if you think every home should have a built-in babysitter and a hot and cold running housemaid in every room, now all together, amen. And you men, if you think that what this country needs is a good 5-cent cigar and no more charge accounts for women, amen. And you children, hey, why aren't you in bed? Distress. Children, listen to me. A little less them get out of hand. A little more of Alexander's ragtime band. A little less breathing, a little more believing, a little less destroying, a little more enjoying. You gotta accentuate the positive feeling, manipulate the negative and latch on to the affirmative. Don't mess with Mr. In-Between. You gotta spread joy up to the maximum, bring gloom down to the minimum, and have faith or pandemonium's liable to walk upon the sea. To illustrate my last remark, Jonah in the whale, Noah in the ark. What did they do just when everything looked so dark? Man, they said you gotta accentuate the positive, eliminate the negative, latch on to the affirmative. Don't mess with Mr. In-Between. No, don't mess with Mr. In-Between. You gotta accentuate the positive and eliminate the negative and latch on to the affirmative. Don't mess with Mr. In-Between. You gotta spread joy to the maximum, bring gloom down. Have faith, have faith. What I mean is, we gotta get together and learn to accentuate and say, howdy-doody, every time we congregate. Eliminate the second rate. It's positively great when you start to percolate, to illustrate the where and when. David with the sling, Daniel in the den. What did they do? Well, they said right there and then. Man, accentuate the positive, eliminate the negative. Life has so much more to give when you latch yourself upon the affirmative. Don't you mess with Mr. In-Between. Brothers, sisters, don't you mess around with Mr. In-Between.
Hello, sweet
You
thing.
can come down now.
Yeah, you did fine.
Well,
Very,
thank you.
very good.
Thank you.
She
It's a
was
marvelous band, and it's Peter
Yeah,
Mass's arrangement.
Peter
and I
Mass
love
is a
it.
very talented boy.
He
He's
sure is.
It's a beautiful dress.
Well, thank you.
Pink, 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 pink,
Pink,
pink. Good to have you with us. Haven't seen you since Candid Cameron.
Candid Cameron.
That's been since Bully was a calf, and he's got great long horns now. I got to Peter Mass. He giggled there. It wasn't a joke. I just kind of threw it in. All right, Phil, throw it out again.
You what it in?
I threw it in.
I thought you said you threw it in. I'm sorry.
Well, I did. I murdered the King's English, but I made a living at it so long I don't want to change.
Yes, don't you dare. I love you.
You know, a lot of times they have trickery to get into songs, on variety shows. They want to do them, but they don't want you to know that you're going to get into them. Mm-hmm. We don't do that here. Pete?
Who's the most popular personality? I can't help thinking it's no one else but he.
Well, gee, I feel just about 10 feet tall.
That's because you are.
Having a ball.
Guess you might
call me a Pollyanna.
Everybody loves a lover. I'm a lover. Everybody loves me. Anyhow, that's how I feel. Wow, I feel just like a Pollyanna.
Who's the most popular personality? commercial.
Sponsor time.
Why not? Thank you. You see our fancy barn set? I never sung in a barn, I don't think, before. I've done a lot of work in them. But I don't recall ever having sung in the barn before. That's the worst job in the world. On a cold, cold morning to go to milk after about 3 days of snow and rain. Seems like you can head for the barn, just hear the cow say, well, here comes old Icy Fingers with the bucket. You know? we had a cow one time, old Spot, never forget her. She seemed to kind of sense how you felt. I don't know if you felt bad, she seemed to know about it. Never forget one morning I went out there to milk, felt like the hinges of Hades, sat down, Spot looked around and said, don't worry about it, Jim, you just hang on and I'll jump up and down. You don't have to believe that unless you just want to. Hey, wait, before we, no, you weren't sure. Before we get any farther along, I've got something very pleasant to do. I spent a wonderful week out in Portland, Oregon, at the auto show out there 2 years back. Well, we have a brand new ABC affiliate in Portland, Oregon, station KATU, and may I welcome that station and also you many fine folks out around Portland. We're glad that you joined us. And we're going to be back. We're going to be back in just a minute with a boy that drew a ton of mail the last time he was on your old Boots Randolph and his saxophone and a very funny guy called Charlie Manna. Stay with us. We'd love to have you. That's the horn of a guy that was on our show about a month back, and he broke it up. And a whole lot of folks wrote in, and we told you, if you like somebody, write in, we'll get him back. And he's back. We think you'll enjoy him. Once again, Boots Randolph. Here he is. Play that Japanese sax. Set a spell. Dadgum, that's fine. I get the biggest kick out of it. Few
I'll
people
see.
that can take their music and inject a smile in it, and you do it so very, very well.
This is hard as farming, you know that.
You sweating? Boy, I'll tell you. You know what? The other day, for the folks at home, this is kind of interesting to me. Bill Doggett used to have a sax man with him that
Yeah,
played
he
a
was.
growl in sax, and he did it the other day. It goes to show what I'm talking about.
Well, just a bit of it.
All right. That's filthy. I said, how do you do it? And he said, it's very simple. You growl to get the growl in effect.
That's right. Just growl.
And then you add let's do the growl first. And then you added, what was it?
Flutter tongue.
Flutter tongue. That's interesting.
It's like,
Go ahead.
you know.
Make it cackle one time. I was very happy that your record people were kind enough to call me and tell me that you sold the next week 6,000 albums, which is
How
kind
about
of
that, man? That was so nice. Very nice. Thank all you nice people for buying them, too. Oh, I love it.
Can we kind of do a little business here and get into the next? Here's a guy that's funny. I've
Eager?
worked
Great.
with him on the other network down the street, and worked with him not long ago over in Philadelphia. You're going to get a kick out of him. He's the guy that put the astronaut up with the crayons. Would you say hello to Charlie Manna? Here he is. Howdy. Jimmy, you got me talking so funny. You know, when comedians stand up here in front of a television audience, they generally talk about the things they want to talk about. Tonight, I'd like to reverse things and talk about some of the things you want to hear about. To do this, I went out into the studio audience just before the show, and I cornered a few people, and I asked them to ask me questions about showbiz and show folk, and I hope you like them half as much as I like doing them for you. I've been told I have gorgeous legs. Is that enough to get into show business? Well, sir, if you have more than two, you've got it made. What do you do to relax before a show? Well, I shuck some corn. What else? No, actually, there's a game I play with myself, and it really helps me relax. Now, if you can guess what I'm doing, you're crazier than I am. Here's a man with two brushes painting a narrow hall. Washing an angry dog. Here's a lawyer studying his briefs. What's your favorite sport? Putting black eyes on those people in the commercials. Oh, sports. I'd like to give you my impression of Frankenstein bowling for the first time. Since the astronaut went up without his crayons, have you done any other space routines? Yes! Matter of fact, on my second album, there's a number called Trip to the Moon. Now, it's such a long trip, I can only do a little bit of it. You see, the first Americans land on the moon. Naturally, there's always a German scientist on board. You see, so, all right, men, we've made it. We've landed on the moon. Captain, yeah, what is it, Doc? There is something very strange coming toward the ship. What does it look like, Doc? Well, 2 legs, 2 arms, a head, a body. What's so strange about that? They're all walking separately. Amazing. There is life on the moon. Really, get out there and talk to them. What makes you think they talk Italian, Captain? Very funny. I'll talk to them myself. How? White man come in peace. June moon spoon. Chop, chop.
What do you say, Doc?
Never mind what he said. I'm trying to figure out what you said.
Wait a minute. I think I got it, men. Play that back, Strauss. Of course. That's 78 RPM. Now play it back at 33 1/3. All right, bring it up to 45. Double your pleasure, double your fun. Do you do any impersonations? Well, I kind of do offbeat things like Gabby Hayes singing Sorrento. That ain't easy, you know. I've been watching singers on television, and they never seem to know what to do with their hands. Why don't they know what to do with their hands? Do they feel ashamed of their hands? I think hands are nice. I think very good question, actually. And it didn't used to be this way. Well, this wasn't the problem years ago. You see, torch singers and blues singers, they never sang a song without a handkerchief in their hand, you see, and it used to look something like this. I love him because I don't know, because he's just plain. Well, for some reason or other, the use of the handkerchief was discontinued, and it's a shame because it could have gone on to become one of the most valuable tools a singer has. They try to tell us we're too young. Too young to really be. Wave Mama from the train goodbye. My head is waiting. Don't know why. There's no sun up in the sky. Stormy weather. I can't show my face. Can't go any further. Oh, my papa, to me you were away. Somewhere in space, I hang suspended. You always hurt the one you love, the one you shouldn't hurt at all. The party's over. It's time to call you. All day, all night, Marianne. I have often walked on the street before. You gotta have a heart, miles and miles and miles of heart. Standing on the corner, watching all the girls. Watching all the girls. Go by.
You threw one more in, didn't you? Threw an extra. One quick time. Gabby Hayes doing Sorrento. I You threw that in extra. That's great. Frankenstein bowling something else. That's very good.
Do you want to see Frankenstein after years of practice?
I guess.
We'll be back in just a moment after this message.
Let's sing the song of the South. Let's sing the song of the West. Let's gather round and everybody
I have waited since dawn. I've waited each day since you have been gone.
Since you've been gone.
No letter today. All the days are so long. Why don't you write? I know I was wrong.
I was oh so wrong.
Just give me one chance. Please won't you forgive? I love you, my dear, as long as I live. Oh, I know it's no use, though I hope and I pray that postman goes by.
He keeps a walking right by. No letter today.
The postman goes by.
He just keeps walking, walking, walking on by.
No letter
Hey, good looking. What's got cooking? How's about cooking something up with me? Hey, sweet baby, don't you think maybe we could find us a brand new recipe? I got a hot rod Ford and a $2 bill. I know a spot right over the hill. There's soda pop and the dance is free. So if you want to have fun, come along with me. Say it. Hey, good looking. What you got cooking? How's about cooking something up? How's about cooking something up? How's about cooking something up with me?
Jealous heart, oh jealous heart, stop beating. Can't you see the damage you have done? You have driven him away forever. Jealous heart, now I'm the lonely one. I was part of everything he planned for, and I know he loved me at the start. Now he hates the sight of all I stand for, all because of you, oh jealous heart, all because of you, oh jealous heart.
There ain't no use to tarry. We'll start out tonight. We've spent fun, boy, oh boy, and we'll do things up right.
We'll have more fun, baby, all way down the line. If you've got the money, honey, I've got the time.
We've got the money, I got the time. We'll go off and on, and we'll have a time.
drinking, and we'll be pleasure bent. I'll look like a million, but I won't have a cent.
Well, bring along your Cadillac, we'll leave my wreck behind. And if you got the money, sugar, I got the time. You got the money, I got the time. We'll go honky tonk, and we'll have a time. We'll make all the night fun, dance, romance, and dine. If you got the money, honey, I got the time. If you got the money, honey, I got the time.
We'll be back in just a moment after this message.
Moonlight, Mississippi is a whistle-stop town. They take in the sidewalk when the sun goes down. White as slow as molasses that drips from a can. But Moonlight, Mississippi is a promised land with their deep south talking. That's so pleasant to hear. Like corn on the cob, it's mighty sweet on the ear. There's just 7 houses, one yellow house. Moonlight, Mississippi, it's just a whistle-stop town. Each night on the levee where magnolias bloom, you never seen such a sight in your life. Why, that air gets so heavy with sweet perfume. You can cut it up with a knife. At night on each plantation, cotton blooms so white. Why, the stars go on vacation, they don't need no light. The trains don't stop in moonlight unless they're flagged down. 'Cause Moonlight, Mississippi is just a whistle-stop town. Moonlight, Mississippi, or Houston or Chicago, Plainview, New York. All the towns have one thing in common. Folks are trying awful hard to keep up with the Joneses. I've got a funny hunch. If we knew how hard the Joneses is trying to keep up with their payments, we wouldn't try quite so hard to keep up with the Joneses. Now the trains don't stop in moonlight unless they're flagged down. 'Cause Moonlight, Mississippi is just a whistle-stop town.
Thank you. Oh, we are running a little late. We're a little bit late. We'd like to thank Dorothy Collins, Boot Randolph, and our old buddy Charlie Manna, also Hank Williams, Jr. Next week will be Buck Owens, Molly B., and Don Adams. And, of course, our old hound dog buddy Ralph. Until next week, God bless you, everybody at your house. Bless your heart. Grin once in a while. It's awful good for you. Good night. Thank you.